Fantastic Thursday morning to each and every one of you. Hope you had a peaceful, restful night and you're ready to get Thursday off and running. I can see the weekend coming over the Himalayas, waving me from a distance. Good morning, everybody. I want to say good morning to all the folks joining us on the GBN Television Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, GBN channels 7, 11, and 20, and my family, the loyal listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9. Good morning to all the folks, Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique, wherever you are this morning, whatever you're doing, happy that you're tuning in to us this morning to get the Thursday off and running, yes? Good morning to all my Caribbean brothers and sisters, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Antigua, Anguilla, Dominica, Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, I said Dominican Republic, Anguilla, Barbados, where am I missing? Bermuda, wherever you guys are this morning. I said Antigua, I said, hold on, wait, let me check my list. I already followed this morning. Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, St. Bart, St. Martin, Haiti, Honduras, Aruba, Curacao, the French side of St. Martin, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, St. Kitts. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to all my international brothers and sisters as well. US, Canada, Switzerland, Sweden, Germany, Belgium, Russia, United Kingdom, Botswana, Nigeria, Afghanistan, Argentina. Where am I missing? I'm missing people. Bangladesh, Bahrain, Bolivia, Belize. Every now and then I'm coming through with somebody new. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good morning. Hopefully it's a morning that is not stressful for you, despite what is happening around us. Let's try and be a little light this morning, a little positive. So let's get it started as usual with the word of the day. And this morning's word of the day is escapade. Escapade. This is a word I know a lot of people know. Escapade, E-S-C-A-P-A-D-E. It's a noun which means a usually adventurous action that runs counter to approved or conventional conduct. That's the part I didn't know. That it runs contrary, or it runs counter to what everybody accepts and knows. That's the part of the definition I didn't know. Escapade, E-S-C-A-P-A-D-E, a noun which means a usually adventurous action that runs counter to approved or conventional conduct. When it was first used in English, escapade referred to an act of escaping or fleeing from confinement or restraint. The relationship between escape and escapade does not end there. Both words derive from the vulgar Latin verb escapere, which means to escape, a product of the Latin prefix ex and the late Latin noun capa, meaning head covering or cloak. While escape took its root through Anglo-French and Middle English, however, escapade made its way into the English by way of the Spanish escapade, which means to escape, and the French escapade. So the word of the day this morning is escapade, E-S-C-A-P-A-D-E. An example of the use of the word: there was a report that people with spotlights were turning picnic tables on their end and using them for snow escapades on Pine Street and West 2nd Street. Another example of the use of the word: there was a dramatic escalation in the Senate's milk drinking escapades. So the word of the day this morning, escapades, E-S-C-A-P-A-D-E, a noun which means a usually adventurous action that runs counter to approved or conventional conduct. And this morning, I'm not giving you a thought of the day. This morning, I'm reiterating health tips of the day. Reiterating proper hygiene activities, methods, things that we should be doing, because COVID-19 getting coconius. So this morning's health tip of the day: cover coughs and sneezes. I know a lot of you have been hearing it, but I'm reiterating it for what it's worth. Cover cough and sneezes. Cover your mouth and nose with a tissue when you cough or sneeze, or use the inside of your elbow. Demonstrations. Okay. Use the inside of your elbow, throw used tissues in the trash, and then immediately wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Or sing the song Happy Birthday twice. So that's your health tip of the day. Cover coughs and sneezes with tissue or the inside of your elbow. Throw the tissues away and then wash your hands immediately after. All right. Don't say Blossom didn't try to help. Let's see what are celebrated today. Today, a few things. Today it is Baked Scallops Day. My brother would love the day. I must tell him that one. And today it is also Girl Scouts Day. It is celebrated on March 12th to honor the history and legacy of Girl Scouting around the world each year. Today it is also Plant a Flower Day. Plant a Flower Day. March 12th is the day to participate in Plant a Flower Day. Each year this day is dedicated to the planting of flowers and looking forward to spring season. Flower gardening has become a hobby for many young and old, and Plant a Flower Day is a start to the new season each year. This day reminds me of my family. They have flower garden competition coming up, so this is very fitting. So good morning to my aunts. And today it is also World Kidney Day. World Kidney Day, celebrated on the second Thursday in March, sets out each year to create increased awareness about kidney care. And later on in the program, there would be an official here, and we'll talk more about World Kidney Day and the fight here in Grenada. I know a lot of folks are on dialysis and so on and so forth. So I've invited an official that will come here and we'll discuss more about World Kidney Day. So stay tuned for that. Let's see what's happening. Not much to say except the most important thing happening right now. Like I said earlier, coronavirus, aka COVID-19, the thing getting coconius. Overnight, we have had the announcement of 6 new cases. 6 new cases. There's an extra case in Jamaica, which brings the total to 2. There's 1 case in Guyana, and that case wasn't discovered until she passed away. It's when she died, they did the test and realized she had coronavirus. So that's Jamaica, Guyana. There are 3 cases in Cuba. And it's important to note that all of these new cases are imported cases, meaning they are people coming back into each country, not the virus suddenly rearing its head. These are people coming into the country. The 3 in Cuba are Italian nationals. The one in Jamaica, the new one in Jamaica, she just returned from, is it the UK? The one in Guyana just returned from New York. And then there is 1 case in St. Vincent. That is the one that's scaring Blossom, I confess. The case in St. Vincent, she returned the March 7th, I believe it was, from the US or the UK, 1 in the 2. And she reported respiratory symptoms. So 6 new cases overnight. With the one in St. Vincent, I repeat, the thing getting coconia. So now you all understand why I'm sharing the health tips, right? Listen to me. Okay. All right. I won't try to scare everybody. I will just leave it here for now. Let's get ready for Fast Facts and then into the morning edition of news for those of you on radio. And those of you on television, we bring you a highlight of last evening's newscast. This is Good Morning Grenada. Continue practicing proper hygiene. Keep it locked to Classic and the GBN. In today's Fast Facts, we'll tell you what the safest car color is considered to be. Stay tuned. Many drivers believe the color of their car impacts their safety, and some studies suggest this may be true. In 2007, the Monash University Accident Research Centre in Australia released a report on car accident rates by car color. The report claimed that white is the safest color for a vehicle and black the most dangerous. No one is quite certain why white cars are safest, but one reason may be that white-colored cars stand out better in poor light conditions, making them easier to avoid. White vehicles also stand out against the black surfaces of roads and the bright colors of forests and cities. According to the report, white vehicles are 12% less likely to get into accidents than black vehicles. Gold and yellow are also considered to be other safe color choices. Lime green in particular is a very safe color because few objects have it, ensuring it stands out anywhere. Orange is another safe color, though many automakers don't offer it. On the other hand, although it's one of the most popular car colors, black is the most dangerous color of all. That's because black cars are very hard to see at night and they blend in with the black surfaces of most roads. Blue cars are among the most dangerous as well, according to statistics. While red cars are vibrant and may stand out, it's not bright enough to pop at night like white, yellow, cream, or orange. They can also blend in with signs, traffic lights, brake lights, and sirens. And that's Fast Facts.
The body of Andy Jones was found floating in the Grenada Lake between 10 and 11 o'clock on Wednesday morning. This was confirmed by members of the Royal Grenada Police Force who were on the scene. Rena Pear was also on the scene and has this report.
The body of Andy Jones was found in the Grenada Lake Wednesday morning, sometime between 10 and 11 a.m. When GBN arrived on the scene, family members and co-workers were seen supporting each other. The body, dressed only in a pair of trousers, was identified by his sister at the scene. A medical doctor who was also there declared him deceased. Police have been searching for Jonesy, as he is affectionately called, since Monday, after eyewitnesses say he drove a blue Mazda into the lake. The eyewitnesses also reported that they thought Jones was in distress and swam out to assist. However, he swam away towards the middle of the lake, then disappeared. Police on site says Jones' body surfaced just before the rescue and discovery team was about to search the lake again. Jones was a salesman at the auto dealership McIntyre Brothers. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Meanwhile, the National Water and Sewage Authority, NAWASA, is assuring the general public of the safety of its water supply from its Annandale water system, despite the discovery of a body at the Grenada Lake on Wednesday. In a release, NAWASA explained that the Grenada Lake has a capacity of 60 million imperial gallons of water, and though it is utilized by the company as a source of raw water, the actual catchment area is a significant distance from the center of the lake. NAWASA notes that the water abstracted from the Grenada Lake is pumped to a nearby stream. The supply goes through the natural process of stream flow, such as aeration, before entering the Annandale Dam, based on the outline natural and company-instituted interventions. NAWASA says it is confident that its water supply from its Annandale water system is guaranteed safe for public consumption. The company's position has been endorsed by the Ministry of Health, which has worked in close collaboration with NAWASA's technical team to validate the rationale for the public assurances.
Now, the World Health Organization on Wednesday declared the coronavirus outbreak a global pandemic. We get more in this report.
The World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a global pandemic on Wednesday as the new coronavirus rapidly spread to more than 121,000 people from Asia to Europe, the Middle East, and now parts of the United States. WHO Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom addressed the international media on Wednesday.
WHO has been assessing this outbreak around the clock, and we're deeply concerned both by the alarming levels of spread and severity and by the alarming levels of inaction. We have therefore made the assessment that COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic. Pandemic is not a word to use lightly or carelessly. It's a word that, if misused, can cause unreasonable fear or unjustified acceptance that the fight is over, leading to unnecessary suffering and death.
Tedros said the pandemic is more than a public health crisis that will touch every sector, and as such, every sector and every individual must be involved in a fight against the spread of the coronavirus.
There has been so much attention on one word, and you know that. let me give you some other words that matter much more and that are much more actionable. These are prevention, preparedness, public health, political leadership, and most of all, people. We're in this together to do the right things with calm. We're in this together to do the right things with calm and protect the citizens of the world.
Tedros said that this was the first time a coronavirus has caused a pandemic. Cherin Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
Well, the Grenada Broadcasting Network contacted Acting Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Martin, to explain what the World Health Organization's change from a global emergency to a global pandemic means. He spoke to GBN via telephone today.
The declaration of a pandemic is just a nomenclature. It's just something that says that this outbreak is now worldwide. I think the minimum that is needed is for 3 continents to have widespread transmission, and once 3 countries have widespread transmission, is termed a pandemic. So, for all intents and purposes, it probably was a pandemic long before it was actually declared. But I suppose the World Health Organization has made the formal declaration now. The only difference that a pandemic gives is that it puts certain mechanisms in place for a more worldwide sustained response to the threat, and in this case the threat is corona. Just as when the World Health Organization declared public health emergency of international concern, it put certain mechanisms in place to ensure that funding is available for testing and for treatment and research. Similarly, when there's a pandemic, these mechanisms go in place to ensure that there's a sustained response across the world, because it's now a world matter.
News just in, government has issued recommendations that Grenadians avoid all non-essential travel to Italy, Iran, South Korea, China, and Germany, where there is widespread transmission. Widespread respiratory illness caused by the coronavirus has been reported in these countries. If you must travel to or from any of the above locations, please note the following. You will be quarantined for a period of 14 days upon arrival into Grenada if you are a Grenadian national or resident. If you are not a Grenadian national, you will be refused entry into the country.
Now, local health officials are putting measures in place to deal with the eventuality that Grenada gets its first case of the novel coronavirus. However, one of the measures is a cause for concern of one political party. Blossom Alexis Welch reports.
Government has identified and outfitted the private ward at the General Hospital as the isolation unit in the event Grenada gets its first case of the coronavirus. The location of the room, however, is of concern to the National Democratic Congress, according to Public Relations Officer of the party, Claudette Joseph, who appeared on To The Point on Tuesday.
Our concern is that while all other countries are setting up separate facilities, Barbados identified somewhere, I think Trinidad did the same, there must be somewhere in Grenada that our government can find to set up as an isolation unit and an outfit. But we are concerned that the isolation unit will be at the same space as other patients, other sick people who are not infected. And based on the information that's being circulated, you have the elderly and people who are already vulnerable, meaning sick people, more susceptible. So we have to be careful not to be creating some kind of incubation unit there at our hospital.
In response, Acting Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Francis Martin, says the proximity to other units at the hospital is not a major concern, as he reiterates COVID-19 is not an airborne virus.
I think the concern is because the persons who were concerned, they're concerned because in their mind, breathing the same airspace can cause the virus to be transmitted. And that's why the concern is, because you cannot be concerned about proximity if you know for sure that breathing the same air is not a problem.
Okay.
The virus is not spread airborne. So breathing the same airspace as someone, in other words, if you have corona right there now as I'm speaking to you, and you're not coughing, you're not sneezing, and I'm not touching you, I will never get corona. So proximity is not an issue. But in the event that it is something that someone wants to be concerned about, of course, there might be maybe a partition separating or a hallway separating the two. And that's fine. Based on the epidemiology and the pathology of how this disease performs, having a corridor or a partition in between two rooms is not a problem. It is extremely safe for that to happen.
The isolation room is not yet in use, as officials are currently using various quarantine stations, mostly located in the south of the island. Blossom Alexis Welsh, GBN News.
Of Health has been implementing its 5 strategic lines in engaging the public on the coronavirus and how to prevent its spread. Members of Grenada's COVID-19 committee have been meeting with various members within the frontline sectors. More in this report.
The Ministry of Health has been executing their strategic plans as a means of strengthening the fight against COVID-19 in Grenada. While there is no recorded case of the coronavirus on island, several proactive measures have been taken by the Ministry of Health. Coordinator of Grenada's COVID-19 committee, Dr. George Mitchell, spoke of these measures.
I have been out speaking to groups that who we consider to be our frontline staff and workers, and that has gone extremely well thus far. I've had the opportunity to personally speak with the folks at Port Authority. We had an extremely exciting meeting last week, and I can see that we are actually building the confidence and consensus among these workers because we're able to clarify a number of areas where there were uncertainties.
The coordinator says they also met with the Customs Department, members of the Royal Grenada Police Force, and the Ministry of Agriculture Quarantine Division. Dr. Mitchell says they have also been working hand in hand with the tourism sector and the Maurice Bishop International Airport.
I had a nice meeting as well. The team, more so, had a nice meeting at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. I must say that this was not the first meeting. It was actually the 4th meeting that we had down there to further clarify what is happening down at that particular institution. It is our biggest gateway, and we're building the partnership. We're building the consensus. I think folks there are much more in tune with what our lines are and what needs to be done in the current circumstances.
Dr. Mitchell also met with the Community Nursing Division, who will be part of the team focusing on the elderly and other vulnerable persons.
We met with the Community Nursing Division to ramp up what we've been saying regarding ensuring that we visit our elderly out there in the communities, and that our strategic line number 4 is basically being addressed, and we're confident now that we're getting that kind of buy-in and implementation of that particular strategic line.
Jamaica recorded its 2nd case of COVID-19 today. The virus has now been confirmed in 4 Caribbean countries. Meanwhile, health officials in Guyana are investigating the death of a woman who presented flu-like symptoms when she visited the hospital on Tuesday. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Now, Minister for Health Nicholas Steele says the meeting held between the ministry and the Grenada Trades Union Council was fruitful. The meeting was held last week as a result of a written request made by the Trades Union Council to discuss matters of COVID-19 and the protection of workers.
The ministry did meet with the Trade Union Council. Permanent Secretary met with a delegation. The reports back from the meeting or minutes of the meeting were quite positive in terms of the Trade Union Council stands ready to interact and participate in our preparations. So we welcomed it. I welcomed it last week, and as far as I'm concerned, it continues to go well.
The Health Minister says he was also extremely happy to get reports that the Trades Union Council offered assistance in disseminating information on COVID-19.
From our standpoint, we were very pleased from the reports I got that I am very pleased that the Trade Union Council was willing to assist in providing trainers that we can train so that they can disseminate the information as quickly as possible to the rest of their membership. That line of communication will remain open so that we can be sensitive to any of the concerns that we may have not thought about, any of the concerns from their members.
The International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes has advised the government of Grenada and WRB that the International Arbitration Tribunal, set up to rule on the matter of whether government should repurchase WRB's shares in Grenlec, and if so, how much government should pay, expects to issue its pending decision during this week. More in this report.
According to the release, in 2016, government, with the help of the World Bank through the ISERA project, passed a new Electricity Supply Act and a new Public Utilities Regulatory Commission Act for the purpose of regulating the cost of electricity to customers. The release stated the WRB Enterprise Incorporated, who owns 50% of the company, took issues with government's initiative, claiming that government was in breach of the share purchase agreement, which was executed by the past Nicholas Brathwaite administration of the National Democratic Congress in 1994, and which agreement required the government of Grenada to buy back WRB shares if certain events occurred. Public Relations Officer of the National Democratic Congress, Claudette Joseph, says the Grenlec situation is a vexing and troubling one. She provides a response during her appearance on GBN's To The Point radio program on Tuesday.
Now, the nation will know that one of the biggest criticisms that the NNP has against the NDC is that the deal that the NDC did when it sold the 50% of the shares in Grenlec to WRB was a terrible deal that we should never enter into. That's the NNP's position. They've maintained that from 1994 to present.
Government has denied that it was in breach of the SPA and in any event refused to repurchase the said shares at the exorbitant price which was called. Christina John, GBN.
Hermitage St. Patrick are now faced with a severe dust issue as a result of the construction of the St. Patrick's Road project. They are of the view that the constant inhaling of the dust may lead to respiratory illnesses if the necessary precautions are not taken. Akisha Felix visited the area earlier.
While many, if not all, residents of Hermitage St. Patrick have welcomed the St. Patrick's Road project, saying it has been long awaited and will solve several flooding issues, mostly around the rainy season. However, as the dry season is in full effect, the residents are calling on the authorities to ensure that the necessary precautions are taken to ensure that the heavy dust in the area is contained. Kerry and George and Edmondson Murray, business owners and residents in the area, have both welcomed the project but are of the view that more needs to be done to address the dust issue.
I think it's good progress for the community, but we're having a problem with the dust. My problem is the dust affecting, it could cause sinus, lots of health issues, and they need to keep wetting the road regularly, even on weekends. I think they need to employ a water truck to wet the road, and we're not getting that. The dust affecting us bad.
I'm happy for it. Development is always in the interest of the country and in the interest of the people, so we are very happy for it. Dust is our biggest problem, and because this work is being done in the dry season, even though you wet it in an hour time, it dries and it's a lot of dust. The house, the furniture, your electrical equipment, Everything is dust. When you look inside the house, the vehicles parked up by the side of the road, dust. And I'm afraid that one of these days our lungs will start giving trouble with all this dust.
Another resident said due to the heavy dust, one of her daughters were forced to leave her home with her newborn baby. However, 2 of her asthmatic children are currently placed on medication to assist with their breathing.
Problem we have, the dust too much. The dust is really, really too much in the day, in the night. We get in the dust. Badly because it's going right around my house. As you see, my yard is used for the road. So when the vehicle swing around in the back, we get in it from the back. If in the front, we get it in from the front. So when it's so bad, I have to go wet there because when the children start in the night time and they start fussing and cut, we have to put one on the pump and I have to buy a little kind of bush to get the other one settled down because they have an issue. So I must wait. And I'm complaining, asking them, oh God, try to do something for us. I'm sitting on the bridge up there. That way I'm walking. And when it comes, I use an umbrella to bar the dust coming out from the bottom. And the color of the umbrella changed from black to brown. It's really, really, really bad. It's bad.
The project is estimated to be completed in 18 months and Consolidated Contractors Company has been contracted for the job. Akisha Felix for GBN News.
All right, of course, we continue to follow the situation regarding the coronavirus. This just in, the tests carried out on samples from the body of the woman who died in the emergency room of the Georgetown Hospital in Guyana this morning have confirmed that she was a victim of the coronavirus. Multiple sources at the hospital have confirmed this evening. We can tell you the confirmation makes it the first recorded case of the virus in Guyana, and it came on the same day that government officials and stakeholders hosted a major symposium on the deadly virus. News source out of Guyana understands that President David Granger and Public Health Minister Valda Lawrence are scheduled to make an address to the nation this evening on the matter. We can tell you too that the Georgetown Hospital's emergency unit was put on lockdown early this morning after the woman died. She turned up at the hospital last evening with respiratory and other symptoms linked to the coronavirus, but had no flu-like symptoms.
March 13th marks 65 years of existence for the Grenada Trades Union Council. Educating, empowering, and building capacity among workers is the theme under which the GTUC celebrates its 65th anniversary. In light of this, the GTUC is hosting a 4-day training session facilitated by the Separini College of Labor and Corporate Studies based in Trinidad. More on this, Chrislina John report.
President of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andrew Lewis, says there is urgency for this type of training at this time. He highlighted what will be done over a 4-day period.
Training workshop was targeted, was focused on leaders of the GTUC, the executive members of the GTUC, because at that level we are dealing with more national issues, policy issues, and therefore our strategy and tactics have to be different. Today, what we are doing is the executive leaders of the affiliated unions of the GTUC, and therefore the course is tailor-made for that level because they are more dealing with localized national issues impacting upon the individual organizations. Then on Wednesday and Thursday, we will be focusing on shop stewards and union activists.
Lewis says at the end of the discussions, participants are expected to transmit the knowledge they have acquired in the workplace.
What we expected would be that they will return to the workplace, be more involved in the activities of the union with a renewed vigor. At the same time, be the leaders at the workplace, and being leaders at the workplace, the union work at the workplace. It is not only about the fight for salary increases. It's not only about the fight for pension, but it is the leadership at the workplace that would be able to help motivate workers to work, that would be able to help motivate workers and point out to workers, look, you need to come to work on time. You need to be productive. You need to be disciplined. You need to be punctual. This is part of the function of the leaders at the workplace.
Ian Daniel is head of labor studies at the Cipriani College and one of the facilitators of the training. Says it calls for a collaborative effort among countries of the region. This training, he says, forms part of their long-term training mission to empower people through the development of working-class institutions such as trade unions, cooperatives, and credit unions. Daniel zeroed in on the areas of focus.
Well, in this training program that we're doing here, we're emphasizing the ideas of the role of the trade union. We're emphasizing the recognition of the changes in work that are taking place today. And we are looking at talking about how we face those changes, not just in Grenada, but throughout the region. We are looking at how the working class institutions makes alliances with other institutions, with government, with employers, to actually face these challenges as well.
On completion of this training, an analysis report will be submitted to the GTUC, as well as projections for other training that may be required. This training workshop is just one aspect marking the GTUC's 65th anniversary. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Meanwhile, 4 trade unionists will be awarded tomorrow, Thursday, for their contributions toward the trades union movement in Grenada. President of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, Andrea Lewis, says the individuals played a major role in the movement, representing their members.
Activities, we will also, on Thursday evening, be awarding plaques to past presidents of the GTUC who are alive. And we have 4. We have Comrade Gina Dubois, Comrade Madonna Harford, Comrade Basil Harford, and Comrade Kenny James as the surviving past presidents of the GTUC, and therefore they'll be honored because it's all part of the journey. I also want to take our hats off to all the leaders who have contributed over the years, and workers and members, to the life, the 65 years of the GTUC.
Lewis says although they are recognizing the surviving past presidents, they are also paying tribute to all those who have contributed. He thanked Grenlec's manager for his contribution in hosting and executing the 4-day training.
I want to use the opportunity to thank, in particular, Mr. Colin Cover of Grenlec, who has been tremendous in ensuring, through his assistance, that we have been able to pull this off, and I will dare say successfully. Yes, we still have 2 more days to go, but the fact that we have been able to put our different systems in place, his contribution will never be forgotten. And I want to publicly state that here is a general manager, but someone that is guided by a deep feeling of concern and understanding. So we want to thank him publicly for this, even in the midst of while we are training.
As leaders, the President General of TAU says it is their role to find creative ways to engage members. Thursday will see the climax of the 4-day training session involving shop stewards, presidents and vice presidents of the unions.
Recent outrage within the health sector may soon be a thing of the past, as cries for a resumption of the training for midwives is a promise government is making to remedy. We get more in this report.
Minister for Health Nicholas Steele says training will commence for midwifery and other healthcare practitioners as the migration of local nurses continue.
On the question of nursing training, yes, midwifery, as well as though we're looking to start training in intensive care, accident and emergency, and oncology and nephrology as well. But the first one to start will be midwifery.
Addressing Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing alongside Minister Steele was Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, who said discussions are ongoing to establish a training school.
We'll continue to train. In fact, there's a serious proposal on with a group now to look at who are establishing an additional school here, and nursing will be a serious component. That's an international institution, so we may be doing much more. So what we'll hope to do is to train a lot more nurses, a lot more young people, boys and girls, and therefore if some go and we keep enough, then we have enough to satisfy the needs of our country.
2020 is being considered the year of the nurse and midwife. According to the World Health Organization, nurses and midwives play a vital role in providing health services. The WHO characterizes midwives as people who devote their lives to caring for their mothers and children, giving life-saving immunizations and health advice, looking after older people, and generally meeting everyday essential health needs. They are often the first and only point of care in their communities. Cherian Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
We find this time round, sporting fans, several benefits have been derived from the Windward Island cricket franchise moving to Grenada from Hurricane Maria ravaged Dominica in 2018. According to one of the directors, Dwayne Gill, who's also president of the Grenada Cricket Association, after being forced to move the franchise, the government of the Grenada and Cricket Association volunteered to become the new home of the Windward Islands.
We had offered it to St. Lucia at the time. St. Lucia, there were some issues there, so it was passed on to Grenada. St. Vincent wasn't really interested at the time. So in Grenada, we felt, in the interest of Windward's cricket and West Indies cricket, we should, make an effort to have the franchise here. So far, we've settled pretty good. The first year, we had a lot of problems. We had a lot of problems in terms of relocation for some of the players, logistics on the ground, but we've settled in nicely now.
Gill was speaking during the recent match against the Jamaican Scorpions.
The benefit here is that we not only have the cricket stadium, which is immaculate, and you look at the cricket stadium, the facility is magnificent, but we also have the benefit of the track and the Karani James Stadium, the track and field stadium. In fact, over the last couple years or so, even when we were based in Dominica, the players had to come to the stadium here to do the fitness testing, which is actually done on the track, right? So when we came to Grenada now, that fell right in our hands.
Gill highlights that the Volcano players have access to the gym at the stadium and other necessities warranted.
And they're happy here.
Use it washing cleaner than ever. Oh mama, oi, oh mama, oi. In every household must have it, oi. Highly effective stain removal, lemon freshness, antibacterial washing powder, fresh and clean, fresh and clean. When I put on me clothes, me must win. When I wash me clothes, no other detergent could ever wash me clothes like this.
Now buy 3 bottles of Place dishwashing liquid for only $8. Available at Best for Less Supermarket, Eat Fresh Supermarket, M&C Joe's Supermarket, Hope Pride Supermarket, The Food Fairs, Carenage and Grandad's, Roberts Enterprise, Springs Food Mart, and Charlo Supermarket.
Other Place products available: hand sanitizer, fabric softener, hand washing liquid, dishwashing liquid, and toilet cleaners. Distributed by Fortune Foods Company Limited, Tempe St. George.
It's detox time again at Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center. The festive season is over, so let's start 2020 looking and feeling like a boss with our many body cleansing options. Purchase detox products as low as $50. Purchase detox combo packs as low as $100. Receive 10% off on all in-house colonic irrigation treatment. Take control of your health now. Don't delay. Call us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. We are located in Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. These offers are valid from January to March or while stocks last. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center. Detox your way to health.
I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GOT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and the programs including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website, otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. It is 21 and a half minutes after 7 this morning. And like I said earlier, it is World Kidney Day, and that's the discussion this morning. I have in studio with me Ann Hopkin. She's a member of the board of directors for the Patient Kidney Foundation.
Grenada Patient Kidney Foundation.
Grenada Patient Kidney Foundation. Good morning, Ms. Hopkin.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well this morning. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a joy to impart knowledge.
Amen. Thank you very much
to my
for
people of Grenada.
Thank you very much for joining us. Yes. World Kidney Day 2020. Let's start with the theme. What's the theme for this year and the significance of that theme, you think, in recognizing World Kidney Day?
Kidney health for everyone, everywhere. From prevention to detection. And equitable access to care for all. That's what we are striving for. Care for all. And to impart knowledge that you and I understand the things we should do and the things we should not do to keep our kidneys healthy, which is so vital to prolonging our life and our health.
Talk to us about the prevalence of kidney disease here in Grenada.
The prevalence is very hard to come by because we have no statistics as yet. And that's what the Kidney Foundation with the government is trying to establish. But right now, we have diagnosed and treatment, hemodialysis, and also PD, which is peritoneal dialysis. We have about 20 patients.
20
patients receiving dialysis treatment at the moment.
How severe are these cases?
They're severe, because they're end stage. The kidneys are not functioning. The kidneys is out of function. So therefore, the life-saving thing is to put them on dialysis, whether it's through the abdomen or through the vein. but they are receiving, and it is like 3 times a week. But because of the expense of dialysis, it was $750 before. Now it is, I was told, it is $697. It is $695. So do you know, 695 multiplied by 3 times a week, multiplied by 12. How much is this? You do the math yourself, and you will understand how costly it is. And not only this, we doesn't even start with the access. The access, when we have a catheter in the neck and the groin, is $4,000. When we have a shunt, a fistula, is $10,000. Can we afford that? Can the government afford to give you $10,000 that you have to have an access? No. This is why we are here, to educate, to teach, to let people. I can come every day. It doesn't matter. But I want to drum it in your head that you got to take care of yourself by doing the wise thing in your life.
You mentioned the government. I remember it was recently announced by government that they were going to increase the dispensation, the fees to kidney patients. How has that been going?
Yes, we had a one-time December, I think it was December, $3,000 per patient. But now I think it goes back to $1,000 because the other $2,000, I am told, I don't know how accurate this is, that this will be going to buy medication for the patient.
So it usually is 1,000.
It usually is 1,000, and the Kidney Foundation gave $750, but now it is $695. So we'll be giving $695 to each patient.
Every week, every month?
Every month. So this is not a drop in the bucket because of the fact the patient is unable to get 3 treatments a month, a week. They only get 2. And this is not good enough to sustain the life.
What seems to be the major causes of kidney diseases in Grenada?
The 2 major causes is high blood pressure and high blood sugar, uncontrolled. When you go to your doctor and they give you medication for your high blood pressure, high blood sugar, please take it. Please comply. Because if your blood pressure and your blood sugar become uncontrolled, it will certainly, after time, give you kidney failure. Not everybody goes down with kidney failure, but most people will be proven, especially if you have a family history with this type of diseases, high blood pressure and high blood sugar. Because what happens, it puts pressures on the kidneys, and in high blood pressure, it stretches the veins and the arteries and make it become very narrow. So the pressure in the kidneys are very high. So therefore, it kills what you call necrotic tissue. It kills the tissues of the kidneys and prevents it from functioning. And what sugar does, when the sugar is uncontrolled, it gets into the capillaries of the kidneys, and it's like when you have a jar and you put it outside and uncovered, and it start melting and become very sticky. That's what happened in uncontrolled diabetes. And when that happened, the lumen of the veins and the arteries and the arterioles, that gets very narrow. So therefore, blood cannot come through. So therefore, it puts a strain on the kidney, and you get necrotic tissue in the kidney not functioning, and therefore you have so much other complications after this happens.
Wow. Do you think the message is being driven home? Are Grenadians taking heed to the messages, especially when it comes to dealing with chronic diseases and by extension avoiding having to go through kidney disease and so on?
I don't think we are very good on that. Some people may comply, some people may, and I hope this message will get through, that if you have high blood pressure and your high blood sugar, take heed, take your medication, control it to protect your kidneys. I hope this is going home. I'm praying that it hits home, that because a healthy nation is a wealthy nation. If we have to spend millions and millions of money of our economic values and chronic diseases because someone is careless enough not to take care of the self, of the body, of the health, I think we are not responsible. We are irresponsible. And sometimes when we are irresponsible, we have to pay the cost. And the cost is not only for the government, the cost is not only for the individual, the cost is also for the family. Because social, physical, mentally, it affects somehow someone when this happens to us.
What about facilities to take care of kidney patients, the dialysis treatments and so?
Well, we have the Island dialysis unit. It's located going up the hill to the hospital. They have just moved to that location.
And that's the only one we have?
That's the only one we have. And also we have peritoneal dialysis, which is done at the hospital.
Do you think we need more facilities? And maybe if we had more, we'll see more patients?
We do need more facilities, and I think the government is saying that they may open their own facilities to the public, which it will be much cheaper. But it takes such a time to do all those things to prepare, because you have to have water, proper water drainage, proper water to utilize through the machine. You cannot just throw any water there. It has to be properly attuned to the machine and going into the patient's vein. So that takes long, and that takes a lot of money. Although the hope is there, but we just have to look and see what will happen. I hope that will come about. And if we have much more patients, I think, that need dialysis. I cannot say 100% for sure, but we have a lot of patients that has in the blood high creatinine, high BUN, BUN. It's a urea in the blood that needs, but because of constraint, because of access, it poses a problem. Mm-hmm. But it will be a pleasure. It will be very, very good. It will be a good thing for Grenada to have statistics on how much kidney patients are sufferers, are people affected with kidney problems.
We seem to have a caller. Somebody probably has a question. Let's go to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, and how are you today, Blossom? And morning to the lady.
I'm good. Morning.
I could hear the lady speaking with passion and concern in her voice. But I think we will have a lot of problems in Grenada with a lot of medical help and other things because of understanding of people. My family and them, we had a family member that had a dialysis. And we were in the 700 and something per week for the treatment for the week. We had to play that. But we have certain family members away that decide to put together and buy a machine. They bought the machine. They paid for the machine and everything. And what happened during that process, the family member died. When they contact the company said because we already paid, we're going to lose half of the money. We contact certain people in Grenada here, up to the Minister of Health, and tell them, look, they want to donate the machine to the hospital. We never had a word from them. We just had to lose half of the money, because if we wait, we will lose all the money. So you see the kind of complications in Grenada? Thank you very much.
For calling, and this is well taken. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. What about the activities for World Kidney Day 2020?
Which is today?
Yes.
Yes, which is today. And we have an activity today. Last Saturday, I went up to Samaritan Church and did a presentation. And Sunday gone, we went to Pastor King's Douglas Church, and we had a presentation on the kidneys and the function of the kidneys. And today at 5 o'clock, we will be at Pastor Arlen's Church in Tempe at 5 o'clock, doing a presentation on the damage of kidney by high blood sugar. It's a long process, so there's a lot of other causes, but I'm going to deal specifically with high blood sugar. And the next time I will deal with high blood pressure, because I want the audience to understand exactly. If you give too much at one time, it's too bombarding, and they may not understand the full weight of what I am saying. Right. But I'm going to take one complication at a time and do this. Also, on a yearly basis, every September, we have a symposium for the family and the patient. We bring social work in, we bring dietitian in, we bring psychologists in to let the patient really understand themselves and to say what's on their mind, because it's very taxing, it's very, very pressing, it's very strenuous and strainful for a patient and the family who has the problem of kidney failure.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll look deeper into your focus for World Kidney Day this year, as in high blood sugar.
Yes.
Yes, we'll discuss that more when we return. Stick and stay. This is Good Morning Grenada on Classic and the GBN. We'll be right back.
World's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Total is one of the world's largest oil companies with a top quality line of lubricants. Total Lubricants has a full product line from passenger cars, motorcycle, heavy industrial equipment, mining, trucking, agriculture, and manufacturing machines and vehicles. Total Lubricants winning championships in motorsports, including Formula One and World Rally Championships. Total Lubricants are available at all Rubis service stations, leading automotive shops, and distributed by Huggins.
Grenada, 1795. One man with a sense of destiny.
Tonight we stand our ground. Tonight we stand on the side of history.
14,000 slaves with a dream and a promise. Julian Fedor, a Heritage Theatre production, written and directed by Chris DeRiggs, 28th and 29th March, 4th and 5th April at the Trade Center.
People was not made to live like this. It's like we have a code.
Julian Fedor, an action-packed historical drama.
I see blood falling from the sky, filling up that mountain river, flowing from Belvedere Hills. I see blood.
4 big nights of theater, the play the nation has been waiting to see, with Samuel Gilvey, Lisa Grappy James, Robert White, Dale Devine, and other top-of-the-line acting talents. Opening Saturday, 28th March. Get your tickets now.
How going on, boy? Hey, good old things. Hey, Daisy. Yeah. Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day. Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service. Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy. Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. 21 minutes on to 8 o'clock. This morning we're talking World Kidney Day 2020, which is commemorated and celebrated today, March 12th, 2020. Before we get back into discussion, we have a caller on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, Sister Blossom. How you do, darling?
Morning, Miss Jacob. I'm good.
Yes, and good morning to your guests.
Good morning, and how are you?
Well, I have a kind of a good, but I have a brother, a wonderful little young man by another mother. His name is Jack. He living in Upward Tooth, and today is World Kidney Day. Oh God, please, I'll you send somebody to look after him. And I could give you a number. You could call him, and he would tell you the problem. He can get up for himself. He can walk.
You can give us a number over air, Miss Jacob? You can give us a number over the air?
Well, I wonder if I must give it over the air, boy.
Yeah, nobody else will call him. Tell us.
Yes. The number is 444 7255. That's a wonderful little young man.
Okay. Miss Hopkins has taken the number and she'll contact him.
Yes, she will contact,
I will contact him,
please. So
and how would I be able to get back to you to tell you that I have contacted him?
The number is 443-3607 Jacob. Teresa Jacob.
Thank you, Miss Jacob. Miss Jacob, everything okay with 1.15.5 now?
Yes, I'm
okay.
getting you
good. Nice.
I'm getting you nice now.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one, Miss Jacob. Thank you very much. Just as I remember now, the engineers worked on the issue yesterday, and we got a number of calls of folks who were not getting 105.5. For the most part, the issue has been rectified. If there is anyone who's still not getting the frequency, please let us know. Call us on 440-3033 and let us know if you're not getting 0.5 in your area, and the engineers would once again see what can be worked out. But for the most part, it has been rectified and everything is back up and running, hopefully. Right, let's get back into the discussion. World Kidney Day. Before the break, you mentioned that one of your focus this year is speaking about how high blood sugar affects the issue of kidney diseases.
Yes.
Specifically, what are you sharing? What are you educating the public
We're
about?
educating on the public on compliance. When they go to the doctor give them the medication, comply. Seek medical treatment as often as you can. If you don't understand what is going on with you, there's stations all over, health stations. You can go and let the nurse explain to you what happens if you does not understand the problem you are going through. Because high blood sugar can cause so much problem. It can damage your eyes, it can damage your feet, your legs, your heart, your kidneys. So it's important. We are teaching compliance to comply. Taking medication is very hard. It's very hard. But we are asking and we are letting people know it's important to comply to prevent other complications, because diabetes is not a joke. You will say, oh, I have a high blood sugar. I'm a diabetic. But do you understand the complications that can occur from being non-compliant?
I have a question or a comment on WhatsApp that says, we do not need any more dialysis machines. We need to pay attention to the information being circulated from our health facilities and the Ministry of Health, Lifestyle and Compliance to meds work. Oh, lifestyle and compliance to medication work.
I have just repeated that.
Right.
I have just repeated that. This is very, very good. We don't need to stock up and so I'm anxiously waiting. I'm going to go on the machine. We need you to comply. We need you to prevent and to comply. So this is very well said right there.
I've heard comments that the medication that a lot of doctors prescribe and that patients take, whether it's for high blood sugar or blood pressure, also causes, also affects the kidneys negatively.
All medications affects the kidneys. Most of them are absorbed and eliminated by the kidneys and the liver. So all medication, whether it's aspirin, over-the-counter medication, Advil, all of them, everyone has side effects.
On the kidneys?
On the kidneys and on the liver, most of them.
So I guess the question then is, well, so bad and so worse, which if I take...
But it's better to comply with taking the medication, because those may occur.
The side effects may
occur. Not everyone that will succumb to the side effect. But if you have high blood sugar and you does not take the medication to keep it, or you can go on a diet, you can exercise, you can go on a diet, because a lot of people I know does not take medication and they have suffering for years now. My father was about 25 years with diet and his blood sugar never went over 150 milligrams. Wow. So you can go to your dietitian, hook yourself up with a dietitian and comply with your diet. We eat a lot of carbohydrates, we eat a lot of starches, like a lot of bananas. Our plate is filled up with a lot of starches, banana, rice, but the dietitian can guide you in the way that your plate should contain greens and a little bit of meat here, a little bit of fish, and not so much starches, because it's the starches that kill us. The starches make us put on weight, and the starches turn into sugar. And if the kidneys are not, the pancreas are not producing insulin, what happens? This sugar is stored as fat, and this sugar can cause. So lifestyle changes can help a lot, can prevent you. And a lot of people have medication, and because the blood glucose remain below 150, 120, 100, because of the diet and exercise, your diet and your exercise, you can prevent you taking this medication at all the time.
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. I'm good.
Okay. That topic always send a whole like a dagger to my heart. I have a son that passed with that kind of thing.
That disease.
That sick. Yes.
My sympathies.
And it's only because of Almighty God I am alive, and I can speak with a strong mind. Anyway. Diet for kidney people, I don't know, because if you cannot drink no water at all, because that was one of my son's advice, no water at all. No, all you could eat is some white bread and some white rice. No piece of banana, no greens, no this, no that, no that. I don't understand that about a kidney thing, because if you're a human being, you can't drink no water at all. To me, that you're already dead. So I don't know about the diet, or else people get the diet wrong. There's some of the dietitian I don't know, because that was my point. Another thing is the amount of medication, and I think he died in less than a time. But I have a friend who lives in over 30 years now on dialysis. He's in the States, and he's on machine. I don't know what's the difference. I don't know. Tell me something, please. Thank you very much.
Right, your diet has to be really curtailed and really prepared for you. You can have a little water. They usually tell you have a cup of ice, but you cannot have a lot of water. Remember, the kidneys cannot eliminate that water because of the damage of the kidneys. It goes into your tissues and you get swelling and everything, but they do give you a little water. And then you can leach. You can have bananas, you can have breadfruit, but you have to leach it. And by leaching, I mean soak it overnight. And you diet. Did you have a dietitian advising you?
She's gone. She said
okay.
That
yes.
a dietitian.
Right. Have to advise you, because you can have fruits, you can have cantaloupes, not watermelon, because watermelon is high in potassium, but you can have cantaloupe, you can have other stuff, not only just the white bread and this. No, you can have other stuff. You can have carrot, which is very low in potassium. It has some potassium, which is very low, but they can give you a portion in which to you you can't curtail, because people, sometimes doctors put people on a diet. And it takes a long time, and they have 50% of the kidneys not working, 25%, 30%, and the doctor will put them on a diet. And sometimes it's taking them a long time, years, before they succumb to total destruction of the kidneys. So therefore, your diet is very important, and compliance is very important. You cannot don't drink no water at all. No, they will tell you cannot drink a lot of water, but you can have a cup of ice and sip in a cup of ice. So your dietitian, knowledgeable dietitian who is a diet specialist for kidney alone, do work.
Does your diet depend on the severity of your disease?
Your diet will depend. A dietitian and your doctor will work this out with you.
So according to how advanced the disease is in your kidney, maybe that would lead them to tell you no water at all?
No, you can't say no water at all. They usually say you can drink a little water, not and you can have a cup of ice. You can have, but you don't have to sit and drink 8 glasses of water. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Yes. Let's go back to the phone line. Good morning.
I'm the same person.
Hi.
Yes, we had a diet sheet they had given on to us from the clinic. We had a diet sheet, no anything. And then he went down had to head to Trinidad, and even say, no water at all. Sometimes when he called me, I have to say, use a little ice. Oh God, mommy, every time I think they're still telling me I take water when I go to clinic. Don't drink no water. So he used to try not to drink no water at all. You know.
How old was he? Can I ask?
He was 38. And I think a lot of these people don't know anything about, kidney and taking care of the people out there. They just do anything random. I think that's what was and things. So hearing you talking now, it is a whole different thing, because he could not have eat all sort of things. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat that, don't eat. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, have a blessed day.
And I know who I'm talking to.
You figured it out now?
Yes, I know. Just before she called, I know who I'm talking to.
Okay. Yes. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, caller. There's a question on the Facebook that asks, well, not question, a statement. I am one of those non-compliant people because of side effects, but I watch what I eat and don't eat everything that I see. So I guess they don't take the medication, but
that's a very good. And are you maintaining your health?
Let's hope.
Yes,
let us know in the comments if you're maintaining.
Yes, are you maintaining your health?
Good morning.
Good morning. It's just a little thing about I am a 20 years now I'm diabetic, and I can tell you I'm in wonderful health. The thing of not eating fruits and bananas and that sort of thing, I guess that maybe she talking about people with kidney problem. I do not have kidney problem. I eat absolutely. I eat no meat. I do not use any form of sugar. I eat quite a bit of fruits, mangoes, whatever. My doctor, a few years ago, about 3-4 years ago, tell me that the question of not eating mango and that sort of thing is a joke, and he proved to be very correct. I'm not afraid to call his name. He's Dr. Sebastian Peter. I eat sometimes 3 mangoes, Julie, whatever. You test your sugar, you eat your stuff. 2 hours after, once it's natural, test your sugar again. It is my sugar almost never go past 100. It is a rare thing for it to go past 100. Even when I've eaten all my provision, I eat only provision and vegetable, fruits, provision, vegetable, fish, salt, fish. So it is not very accurate to say that you should not eat a lot of starch. You eat starch once it is natural. I have proven that. I am an example of that is perfectly okay, because I test regularly and I eat almost anything. Well, I don't eat rice. I don't eat that sort of thing. I just don't eat that pure, no dumpling, no nothing like that. But fruits, vegetable, yam, dashi, it does not make 1 ounce of difference to my sugar. 2 hours after I eat it, I am back to what I was before, 87, 82, whatever. After I am back to that. I stick around somewhere between 80 and 90, 95 is my normal sugar level. So,
That day do you eat?
Okay?
depends on your portion and the amount that you eat.
Ask him again.
Yes, I mean, I don't eat a whole lot of anything. I'm not a big eater.
Say that starch, don't eat starch. I'm talking about a large amount of starch, which white bread, flour, dumpling, and all these things contain.
No, I am talking mostly that I don't eat. Forget that. I eat my yams and dashin and
the farm, so you cannot say you could eat all the amount of starch and it doesn't harm you. Please don't say that, because it has been proven over and over again.
Natural
if you
starch.
do
I'm not talking about bread and flour and thing. No, I leave out that. I tell you that out of the question. But it does not do anything to me if I eat it naturally. My provision, ground provision, above ground provision, if plantain, fig, whatever, I could eat any amount of that. When I say any amount of my regular meal, and it does nothing to me. I'm not talking about bread and dumpling and that sort of thing. That is out. I do not eat it. But that kind of stuff. But natural starch, it has been proven that was introduced maybe 4 years ago by Dr. Sebastian, and it works perfectly for me. I do not, I'm speaking for me and other people who I tell. Of course, I exercise a lot.
So you are really compliant.
Thank you.
Other thing, you exercise a lot.
Thank you, caller. Thank you.
A lot of the foods that do have a lot of starches, and it could be that the amount you eat is just good for you eat over maybe below 1,800 calories for the day per meal, and maybe that is good for you, and you maintain yourself. Also, you say you exercise. What about the person that does not exercise and eat bread and eat dumpling and big bowl of rice and peas, which is starches? So how can you say that starches does not?
All right, so you have to specify natural starch, and
please,
I guess it also takes into account what you eat it with.
That's right. That's
okay.
Right. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
A comment on the Facebook. A follow-up to the previous one. I am not compliant with meds where meds are concerned, not a kidney issue, but the side effects of those medications cause concern to me. I watch what I eat and in moderation. With the not-so-good foods, my issue is not kidney, it's cholesterol. I try my best and do what's right and don't trust some doctors. That's something I've heard as well. Some
That's
people
something
don't
I
trust.
heard once. Yes, they don't trust medication, they don't trust doctors. And you're doing your best. You are eating well. I hope you are exercising and sleeping well and stress-free, and that will bring you through.
All right. As we wrap up this morning, Ms. Hopkins, what is the final message or the message you think you want us to remember most in relation to kidney disease, especially on today, World Kidney Day?
Compliance. Read about diabetes, read about high blood pressure. There are so many other things that causes kidney disease, which I'm not going through this morning. We'll leave it for another. So parents who have children, we are going to go to schools. That's our focus this year, and the children. Obesity can lead to diabetes. To let the children eat healthy snacks, not corn and colored. No, I don't want to call the names of the drinks we're giving our children to go to school. I pass in this morning and the children have big bags of snacks that should not. You give your children some cereal in the morning, some porridge, some whatsoever, and give them healthy meals. They go in the school and they drop asleep. They cannot hear what the teacher is saying because they have too much sugar with all these drinks and all these carbonated drinks. That is not necessary. You have given a task. You have given your children. Please take care of them. The health, this is very important. Start taking care of the kidneys now so they can have a future, both them and the kidneys. And that's what I want to live with you parents. Take care of your children's health. Make sure you take your children to the doctor on a yearly basis. You go on a yearly basis so you keep up with your health so the doctor can guide you accordingly. And you read up, see what is best for you, see what's the best food there is there without all this contamination. And eat what we grow. And they say grow what we eat, which is a very good slogan for us. And I'm praying that this message this morning will help a lot of people everywhere. And I thank you for listening and thank you for paying attention, and I pray that you will be compliant.
Is there a way members of the public can contribute to the foundation to help patients or help the work that the association does?
Yes. We have boxes in different areas, location in shops and malls. So when you see the Kidney Foundation, please drop your change in there. It's very important for us. And we have a Republic Bank account. It's 911-87912. Republic Bank 911-87912. And the Co-op Bank is 40000, 5 zeros and 574. Co-op Bank 40000, 5 zeros and 574. Let me repeat that, because I say 5 zeros, I mean 5 zeros behind the 4. So it's 400000574. And thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for the contribution that you will give.
And thank you so much for passing through and the work that you're doing with the foundation.
I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you.
So happy.
That's the end of the discussion this morning. We're getting ready to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys for sticking and staying with us on World Kidney Day today. This is Classic and the GBN. Those of you leaving us, have a productive Thursday. For the rest of you, stick and stay.
It's detox time again at Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center. The festive season is over, so let's start 2020 looking and feeling like a boss with our many body cleansing options. Purchase detox products as low as $50. Purchase detox combo packs as low as $100. Receive 10% off on all in-house colonic irrigation treatment. Take control of your health now. Don't delay. Call us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. We are located in Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. These offers are valid from January to March or while stocks last. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic Detox Center. Detox your way to health.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
Coming to Grenada.
One of the most spectacular concert events in Christian music. It all happens 7 p.m. Saturday, March 21st at the National Cricket Stadium.
Featuring 5-time Grammy-nominated and 7-time Dove Award winner Karen Peck and New River.
From the American television show The Voice, Emily Ann Roberts.
From Canada, the amazing music from the Titans.
From the island of Jamaica, the talented and gifted Foster Triplets. Plus, the best of Grenadian gospel artists.
Again, this all happens 7 p.m. on Saturday, March 21st at the National Cricket Stadium with some of gospel music's finest. Karen Peck and New River.
Emily Ann Roberts.
The Titans.
The Foster Triplets.
And more.
Tickets sold at all ticket outlets. Proceeds go towards enhancing youth work in Grenada.
When you think of Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, what comes to mind? A reliable financial institution that has stood the test of time. Maybe you think about the convenience and quality financial service they provide. Do you think about their readiness to help you retire, achieve your academic goals, build your dream home, buy the piece of land or the elegant car? Or maybe the convenience of their different locations, Jubilee Street in Grenville, the sub-office at Belmont Estate, or the new outlet on Lucas Street in St. George's in the Derek Sylvester building. Maybe you always consider how they're always a phone call away. 442-8602 or 438-4228. They're also online, www.grencu.org. No matter what comes to mind, remember, Grenville Cooperative Credit Union is the best place to save and to borrow, working with you to make your brighter tomorrow.
makes discovering their numbers all the more difficult. David Willis,